everyone, and welcome to another e-learning video class. This is Tony Brancatella bringing you Objections. Cool. All right. Sounds good. All right, objections. So let's take a look at objections. We've reached presenting the product, and now the customer is not willing to buy right away. So they object. So all kinds of objections and all kinds of reasons why they would object. So objections doesn't really mean, I should say, that they don't want to buy. They will give you buying signs by objecting, and also it is not considered to be negative. So this is, in more cases than none, requests or request for information. Let's look at some reasons why customers would object. So they would object for missing information. Something is too expensive. Maybe the sales associate didn't do their job and they haven't determined their need. And also they could also doubt the quality. More reasons to object. They're not ready to buy. They might regret to purchase. They don't understand the benefits that you have brought to the table, or they just don't understand you, the sales associate. Or again, they might just like to have fun and negotiate. Certainly those directors love to do that. Fantastic. So let's keep going and let's take a look at where objections are based upon. They're based on need. Wants items but doesn't need it might be an objection. The product, they might be concerned about the quality, size, color, etc. You name it, they might not like that. The source, negative past experiences might come into play. Or, alas, the price. Always that price is just too expensive. And maybe the timing is off. Here we are, it's a good example. Here we are in November, and we all know what's coming up. Ha ha, ho ho ho. And with ho 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 coming up, certainly prices will go down, down, down. And with sales, certainly we will hesitate to wait before we buy the product. So let's take a look at some steps that you have to take once the customer has objected. First step is to stop talking and pause. Listen to what they're saying. Grab and look and see what they're saying, how they're saying it, what is their nonverbals. Acknowledge. Nod your head. Do not shake your head. Nod your head, saying, yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. In some cases, you might have to restate what they're saying. And afterwards, we're going to take a look at the answer or the question that you might bring up. When you restate something, you really want to paraphrase. You don't want to repeat the same thing. So you restate it in a different way. This is where empathy comes into play, because when you paraphrase, it tells you that you're listening. It tells them that there is a connection, that you understand what's going on. It has to be very tactful too. You cannot be disrespectful, and it has to be said in a certain way. And also, do not suggest that any kind of superiority. This is where it comes into play, where you've got the power. And if you want to object, or the customer's objecting, you can easily show your power and show your superiority on this for sure. And also, you can consult and you could redefine what the customer's objections is. Let's take a look at some objections. Well, you've got reflections. You've got sentimental, you've got pretext, non-decisional, and you have clarity. So let's break these down. We'll use these 5. There's certainly more objections, but we'll bring it down to this. We certainly have to do something. So let's do it this way. If you look at reflection, the customer might be pondering, might be undecided, or deep down, he must have an ulterior motive. He just wants to delay the sale. So he might say things like, or she might say things like, well, let me think about it. I would like to look at other styles first. Or I'd like to shop around. Or, I'm not sure. So that would be reflection. There is sentimental also. Sentimentality comes into play when you make a decision, when you want to buy something. And so it brings back memories. It's also a matter of principle sometimes. What you've bought in the past and how you bought it and who you did business with. Also, your values. And all in all, sentimentality is an emotional decision. So you can tell on this level which communication style would use sentimentality as an objection. So let's look at some phrases that might be used, which will be used in role play. Oh, it's 5 years I buy from the same store. I've always looked at it that way. Or, I always bought Nikon cameras. I prefer the other associate who served me yesterday. You didn't do your job right there. Or, Chevrolet is my type of car. So these are ways that sentimentality comes into play. Again, these are not reasons that they don't want to buy. They're just objecting, I should say. The next one is a pretext. Oh, pretext, right? It's just a sad, bad excuse. Any bad excuse is good here just to object. So, it really hides a real reason. They might not even ever tell you what that real reason is, right? And in most cases, they doesn't want to object, but they do anyway. So supportive style will probably lean towards this. In many cases, if they find that they didn't do their homework properly, and before even saying that they understand what's going on, they need to go back and have some more information. So pretexts, you would use lines like, it's too expensive, oh, it doesn't suit me, I already have a similar one at home, or in some cases, they'll just hum away and they'll just walk away without even saying goodbye, right? Has that ever happened to you? Certainly has happened to me. Non-decisional is the next one, where in most cases doesn't want to answer anything. They're really not sure what's going on, and they really don't have any positive feedback, and certainly they might not like the associate's style. And they don't really want to admit that they don't understand. So they just walk away or say things like, I have to check first with my wife. Or, it's not for me. Or, interesting, but it's not me who decides. So you might have all these kind of reactions, but again, these are just objections. It's not really a reason not to buy. And the last one, which is probably the best one that you really want as a sales associate, and this is really the reflective style that would use it, is where they want clarity. They need more information. So they are not clear, wants to better understand, and certainly would use lines like, is it for sure I get longer battery life? Or is it possible to explain one more time? Is the warranty good in other countries? Would you please repeat the benefits? Again, the associate didn't do his job properly. So there you go. So that's a lot of different ways of objecting, and the customer's using all kinds of different ways of objecting. We're going to stick to these ones for now. So I really want to stop here, and we'll just move on forward. Oops. Well, that kicked in. Wow. Whoa. All right. So, yes, we'll stop here and we'll go to the next stop, which is going to be how we transition into negotiations. Take care and see you soon.